Dear students, now I am going to start the lecture number 20. And in the previous lecture, we explained the galvanic cell. Now, in this topic, if you see your book, 7.6 article, electrochemical industries, electrochemical cells used in industries. So I start first electrolytic cells. What are the uses of electrolytic cells in industries? So when you go back in my previous lectures, I told you about electrolytic cells. So electrolytic cells means electrical energy derived to change chemical energy. Means you have to pass electricity from outside, you have to give energy. So these are the non-spontaneous. These cells are non-spontaneous. Already I told you about this one. Without electricity we can't use this cell. So these are some expensive because electricity is consumed. So if you see this topic, there are many uses. I told you also earlier in the previous lectures, aluminum metal can be prepared, sodium metal can be prepared, sodium hydroxide, caustic soda can be prepared, hydrogen gas can be prepared, chlorine gas can be prepared, and also magnesium metal can be prepared. In electrolytic process also, refining of copper metal. So there are many uses for this in industries, but you have to use electrical energy in this case. So in your book, there are 4 uses given. First use is, if you see the page number 173 page in your grade 9 book. Manufacture of sodium metal from the fused sodium chloride. Already I introduced this one. When I started the electrochemical cells, fused sodium chloride is going to be used. Manufacture of sodium hydroxide, caustic soda. And also electrolytic refining of copper and electroplating. So these are the four topics we will cover in different lectures. So number one is, in industry, preparation or manufacturing of sodium metal by using Downs cell. This is number 1. If you see page number 175, this is number 1. Manufacture of sodium metal by using a Downs cell. And these are the electrolytic cell, means you have to continuously supply electrical energy to convert into chemical energy. And the chemical we use here, fused sodium chloride. When I say fused, means molten. You have to melt it. Molten sodium chloride is used for this purpose. So, in the cell, I will explain the diagram in your book. In the cell, you have a solid sodium chloride. When you heat at very high temperature, I think 801 degrees Celsius is melting point. Yes. So sodium chloride is heated, so it changes into sodium ions liquid and chloride ions in liquid form. I told you that the current passage of electric current is only possible if any metal flow electrons and if there are ions. So if there are ions, the electricity can be passed. If there are no ions, electricity cannot pass. I explained the electrolytes and non-electrolytes. So this is sodium chloride. You must write this equation first. This equation is not in the book, so please must write this. First, convert sodium chloride solid into its ions. When ions are present in the container, then you pass electric current, then there will be oxidation and reduction. Otherwise, no. So this is the first equation. Now, these are the ions are present. So when you pass electric current, so oxidation reduction taking place. At anode there is oxidation and cathode there will be a reduction. So in the down step, carbon graphite acts as anode and iron steel acts as cathode. I told you it is choice of examiner that he will give this whole topic as a long question, or he split this topic into many questions. So there maybe he asks you write the chemical equations involving in this cell. Only write the chemical equations. Sometimes maybe he asks you write the name of the anode and write the name of the cathode and write the name of electrolyte. Sufficient for 2 marks. Name of the anode is a graphite carbon. Name of the cathode iron steel. Electrolyte is a fuel sodium chloride because ions form. Electrolyte is a fuel sodium chloride we use here. So when you are going to pass electric current, so there is oxidation and reduction. So at anode there is oxidation. Oxidation reaction takes place at anode. So what happens? Chloride ions, liquid, change into chlorine gas. So chloride ions will move towards the anode. Chloride ions move towards the anode after passing electricity and they change into chlorine gas and there will be oxidation, and I told you oxidation electrons are written either you would put here minus or you put on the product side. So 2 electrons are going to be lost to make a chlorine gas. So chlorine gas is collected at an anode and this is as a byproduct because main product is preparation of sodium metal, which is a very important metal. I told you their uses. So this chlorine gas as a byproduct you will have. This is also very good gas which is used for as a disinfectant and many other uses also. Okay, so at cathode. So at cathode there will be a reduction. So at cathode reduction is going to be taking place and these sodium ions liquid gain 2 electrons to form sodium. So first sodium liquid is going to be formed at cathode. Sodium atom is going to be formed and it is a liquid form, then you can solidify, and I will give you some introduction about this. These two are very reactive. Chlorine is also reactive and sodium is also reactive, so it is very important to collect these two products, chlorine and sodium. You have to measure. Precautions are very important. Their passage should be different. their passage should be different. They should not contact with each other. They combine again with each other. They are very reactive. So that is why you have to measure in the diagram. I will explain. So you can collect chlorine gas you have to fill in the gas cylinders, and chlorine gas is a highly poisonous. Chlorine gas is a highly poisonous gas. That is why be careful while you are handling this. So chemicals, when you handle, you should know the precautions measures, and industrialists they have the precaution measures, and there is a whole department precaution measures. The whole department will be there, and all the workers, engineers, chemists, accordingly they are instructed. So this chlorine gas is a poisonous gas, so you have to handle very carefully. Then you have to store in the gas cylinders and you have to prepare. Sodium nitrate is very reactive. You have not contact with water. If you put water, there is blast chemical reaction at room temperature. So there should be no moisture. And I told you how we are going to collect in the kerosene iron, inert solvent. So sodium nitrate can be stored in an inert solvent after collecting. Now, students, if you see the diagram in your book, if you see the diagram in your book, 173 page, you see there is a container. There is one container. This contains molten sodium chloride. Sodium ions and chloride ions are there. And you can see one like this shape. Like this one. Like this. This is we call funnel. Inverted funnel. So this funnel, if you see diagram, this funnel, here is a graphite. And this graphite acts as a anode. This is a graphite carbon. So why use this funnel? I told you is a precautionary measure. That chlorine gas should not contact with the sodium metal during preparation. So these chloride ions accumulate at anode because there is oxidation at anode. So they are going to be enter in the funnel here, and from here the chlorine gas is going to be collected separately. There will be no contact with the chlorine gas with the sodium metal. So these chlorine gas bubbles are shown in the diagram in the funnel here, and you have to collect here chlorine gas. So this is a graphite, acts as an anode, bottom black shown. On the sides, steel cathode are mentioned. So at cathode, sodium metal is going to be collected. So this diagram, one container, big container, it contains the molten sodium chloride, sodium ions and chloride ions. In the middle, there is this funnel here, and this funnel is open here from this open, and there is a graphite anode, and these chloride ions will go to anode by passing electric current, change into chlorine gas, and chlorine gas can be collected accordingly. On the sides, cathode iron is going to be mentioned here. You can see on the both sides. So this iron cathode is used, and there is reduction, and sodium metal is going to be collected separately without any contact with the chlorine gas. So this is a very important method. Because sodium metal is very important metal, we use in different purposes. Chlorine gas is also very important, and we use also for different purposes. But this cell is an electrolytic cell. So electrolytic cell means electrical energy we pass to derive a chemical change. Chemical energy is going to be formed. So this is sodium chloride, which is a very cheap salt, table salt, halide. We call it called table salt, halide. So it gives the sodium metal and chloride ions by using this process. So this is number one. You can see the chemical reactions given on next page 174. So reduction, molten sodium is collected in the sodium collecting ring from where it is periodically drained, where the chlorine gas is collected in the funnel I told you, top of the cell. This is given in your book, 174 page. So this can be done from the funnel here. This is about the electrolytic cell, down cell. So only I will explain this other one, but inshallah I will explain in detail in the next lecture. So again, electrolytic cell. So next use for this cell is, if you see number 2, manufacture of sodium hydroxide. The preparation of sodium hydroxide we call it caustic soda. Manufacture of sodium hydroxide by using brine. What's brine? It is saturated solution of sodium chloride. It is a saturated solution of sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is going to be dissolved in water. So this is a chief product, and side products are hydrogen gas can be prepared, as well as chlorine gas can be prepared as a byproducts, side products. But main product is sodium hydroxide caustic soda by using brine. Only I write the equation 1, then I will explain in the next 21 lecture. So this is a sodium chloride, solid, dissolved in water. Water also dissociate into positive and negative ion. This is water, hydrogen ion, OH ion, this is water, and it gives sodium ions in aqueous solution, chloride ions in aqueous solution. Now students, the problem here, complication. The complication is water also gives hydrogen ions. Sodium chloride gives sodium ions, you have 2 positive ions. And chloride ions you have, and hydroxyl ion you have. So students, there are 4 ions. Before, very simple, 2 ions were there, sodium ions and chloride ions were there. So they can collect respective electrodes very easily. No competition, no comparison. But here, hydrogen ions or sodium ions. When you are going to pass in electric current, so which will collect at the cathode? Hydrogen ions will collect or sodium ion will collect? This is a question. This is a question. In next lecture I will explain. Simultaneously same, you have again 2 negative ions, chloride ions and hydroxyl ions. So when you are passing electric current, so at anode, chloride ion will collect or hydroxyl ions will collect. So this is a complication in this cell. So there is also a solution for this one. So today lecture I will conclude here, then I will continue from this one for the preparation of sodium hydroxide by using brine. And the name of this cell is Nelson cell. So by using a Nelson cell, brine, sodium chloride dissolved in water, the chief product is a sodium hydroxide, caustic soda, and the side products are hydrogen gas and chlorine gas. And write this equation, is not written in your book. 4 ions are going to be formed. So the question I am leaving you for this one, that is a question for you. Read also book very well, that which ion will collect at the cathode and which ion will be collected at anode. Thank you very much.